Someone had requested that I do a quick tutorial on how I reinforce my necklines. I've talked about that plenty on my channel, different sweaters I make, and so here is just a quick run through. Okay, so we want to reinforce our neckline. So what I do when I cast on, I will figure out approximately how much yarn I need to reinforce the neckline. And what I will usually do is whatever the neckline is, I'll take the yarn and I'll figure 4 to 5 times that amount just to be on the safe side. And then what I'll do is I'll take all that yarn, and when I do my knitting, I'll just roll it up and then I'll clip it. Once I get an inch or two, I'll just clip it down so that it stays out of the way of the knitting. And then when I'm done, like now, I'm done with My Boy Lollipop and I want to reinforce my neckline. I don't think on this garment it's quite as necessary because it's a small garment, so there isn't a lot of weight. However, I'm in the habit and I just like the look of it. So as you can see, now I have the yarn, and you have all your V's here, right? All your V's. And you're doing a slip stitch crochet through all the V's. Go through the V, wrap, pull through a loop, and pull through the loop on the needle. There's the next V. Go through, wrap, pull through. Oops, oops, oops. Hello. And pull through the needle. Pull through the needle. So there, you can see here, right here, you have your slip stitch crochet. It's an edging and it reinforces the neckline. You do not have to do this. I do it to secure my necklines. It helps prevent bagging. Also, if for some reason you found you made your neckline a little too large, you can do a tight tension, slip stitch crochet, and it will tighten up your neckline. I've also been asked how I reinforce. I'm assuming that the request for a quick tutorial on how I reinforce necklines also includes this portion where you can reinforce here. But if you need an extra reinforcement, I have found with, let's say you're doing a worsted weight colorwork sweater, maybe even a DK weight colorwork sweater, right? The garment gets quite heavy. So I will top stitch. Not only will I do the decorative edge to reinforce the immediate neckline, I will also wear that neckline border, whether it's a seed stitch, a 2x2 ribbing, whatever it is, usually ribbing, right? Where that meets your rest of the garment, the body of your garment, like the stockinette, the color work. Hopefully you have at least one row of plain knitting in there so that you can put this. I guess if there's color work and it meets, if it joins so closely to your border, maybe this is the best sort of reinforcement. But I knit a garment, the Humulus, I knit many months ago, and I just found the garment was so heavy. I reinforced it here on the outer edge, but then I also felt like I wanted to reinforce it here, right? Like when we do a bottom up in pieces garment, you'll finish your body, then you come back and you pick up stitches so that you can knit your ribbing collar or border. I feel that gives an extra reinforcement to the garment, and that is why I do the top stitch crochet. There are many tutorials on top stitch crochet. Because I was asked, I will do it here, but there are plenty of people who are far better at crochet than I am, And so you might want to check out their videos as well. And but here's how I do it, and I believe this is the correct way. So we have our V's, correct? We have our V's in our knitting. All right. I will I try to stay along that line between the decorative border edge, seed stitch, garter stitch, ribbing, and then the body of the work. So here I have my V's. I'm going to insert my needle. I take my yarn, I pull it through, and now I'm going to skip the V. I'm going to jump over the V, and I'm going to go in the space between the two V's, right? There's a V, and here's the space between the V's. I go in, I wrap the yarn, pull it through, not too tight, and pull it through again. So you're doing a slip stitch crochet, but since you're going through the garment, it's landing on top. I guess this is too, right? This reinforcement is also on a top stitch of sorts, I guess. So we're going to jump over that V, go to the space between the next V, wrap the yarn, pull it through, and pull it through again. There's a V, jump over the V, the space between the two V's, wrap the yarn, pull it through, and there you go. Let me do another one. There's your V, the space between the V's, wrap the yarn, pull it through. So let me just loosen that. So that's how I would follow that all the way around, right? You'll follow that around the neckline, all the way around, and then that's your top stitching. Now, of course, it won't show because you'll use a color, the same color as the garment. However, this would make a pretty decorative edge if you wanted to decorate, add a little bit of interest to your garment. You could do it in a contrasting color. That would make a pretty decorative embellishment to your garment. And if you find you made a mistake, crochet is forgiving. You just tear it out like so, right? And start over. So that's how I do those reinforcements. Happy knitting, guys, and I will see you next time around. Thanks for watching. Bye.